excuse me, I think that we can all agree that the best episode of Game of Thrones has to be the Red Wedding. And I'm sure that everyone has a personal history with it, like I do. So, with me, I had decided to watch the final episode of Family Member. It was like a very last minute decision that we made because it was pretty late that night. And so we put on Game of Thrones. We're watching like the next episode, and we were like very surprised that this other was going on. Like for example, the mom when she turned around and she was confused how come the band started changing up the music. Um that during that part like me and her, yeah, so me and the family member were confused, and then all of a sudden it just escalated into everyone getting like butchered, like freaking the whole Stark family died there pretty much, like the mom, Robb Stark, and his wife and his child, unfortunately. So yeah, that was a. I remember when the episode ended, the two of us were just there, dead silent, speechless. We hadn't experienced that since the first Stark death, in season one, and it was like Ned Stark. Um, that episode, the Red Wedding, really shocked me because it just came out of nowhere. Like, I remember I was a bit tired that day, and that really woke me up, but I was in complete shock when the episode ended because I just couldn't process what happened. I couldn't believe they killed off two main characters. They killed off another character that was pregnant with Robb Stark's kid, which is very brutal and disturbing. I just couldn't believe that happened. I was in so like total disbelief. Like, yeah, I don't remember an episode for any show that's ever done that to me. Um, it was just very baffling silence, and I've never experienced that with any show, but this one was so cutthroat and brutal. I gotta say that this episode, the reason why it's the best one, and yes, it's not because of the fact that they kill off the main characters here. I mean, it's one of the reasons. The build up though is what makes it genius because it comes off very lighthearted. House Frey, they had asked the Stark family to have the eldest son get married to one of his kids. But unfortunately, I was like Rob got with someone else, and they decided to have another family member get married to her, right? To Frey's daughter. And it was a very nice build up. It was kind of lighthearted. It really was. And during the episode, they're excited for the wedding. They're getting ready to celebrate, and then at the end of it, it's nighttime now, and things are still going pretty well. Things are still very lighthearted. The tone is pretty good, and there's even it's like Roose. I think his name is like Roose Bolton. I'm trying to remember his name. I think it's Roose. He's also attending the party as well. So yeah, things are going pretty well until the mom, she notices that the band that was playing at the party, the was like music changed, and I couldn't get why she acted that way, but then I kind of found out later after I did my research. They were playing like music that belonged to the Lannisters. Like I think like funeral music, and obviously that was like what? And that part I could not figure out like why she acted like that. And after that, she she I was like looks outside Bruce Bolton, and he lifts up his sleeve and there's armor underneath, and that's when she freaks out because why the hell would you wear that to a wedding? And all of a sudden, horrible carnage starts taking place. The band starts firing into the crowd with arrows. They're killing their own people, the Stark people, and at some point, they shoot Rob, they shoot his mom, they stab his pregnant wife, which is brutal. It was very disturbing. I can't believe they even filmed it. And yeah, it's just chaos all around. And then also his wolf, because I think that every Stark family member had a pet wolf. Well, he got killed too, which I was like, really? And yeah, so their whole army was pretty much killed by the Freys because they had made a deal with the Lannisters. And the reason why they killed everybody was because Frey was pretty pissed off because he wanted to Robb Stark to marry his daughter. He did not want the other family member. He wanted it to be Robb Stark. That's the reason why that he decided to betray the Stark family. And the part that really got me though was the mom. She was so desperate to, save her son because it was her firstborn son. She didn't want anything to happen anymore. She was begging Frey to let him go. And it got so bad to the point where she got his wife, that was pretty young, and she put a knife to her throat, ready to kill her. Frey didn't listen, and he had to Roose Bolton kill Robb Stark in front of her. That was brutal, man. And then she slits the girl's throat, and she's standing there, like, dead. I think there she was already dead, and then they killed her too. But man, her sorrow, her agony in that part was so hard to watch. Her screams of dread, like of pain, of everything. She lost her son, and like in front of her, he died. And it was even worse because her husband had been killed too, in the first season. And this episode took place in season 3, episode 9. And it's just so, I just couldn't believe they killed them off. I just couldn't get over that. That was just so shocking to me as a fan of Game of Thrones. And I think the reason why it shocked me, I forgot to mention this. I should have known because I'm watching Game of Thrones. The first season proved it when they killed off Ned Stark with the Red Wedding. I was baffled when the family died, the mom and Robb Stark, because I really believed that the show was trying to set them up as the main characters, as like two of the main ones that were going to lead the war to the Lannisters. But no. This is, like, I gotta say, Game of Thrones in the older seasons, they were fantastic. Because plot armor did not exist at all. Like, it was just full-on danger for anyone. It didn't matter who the character was because they were gonna die. Like Robb Stark and the mom. Come on, I did not think it was gonna happen because again, the show, the build-up, they were turning them into two of the main characters that were probably going to somehow build an army to fight the Lannisters for killing Ned Stark. And no. Here, they are beaten in the worst way imaginable. They are betrayed and they are butchered by the Lannisters. That was just, damn. I just couldn't get over how brutal that was. I really enjoyed the Red Wedding, though. I gotta give it credit. I can see why it's everyone's favorite. And a fun fact here, I was in shock that I did not remember this episode. So, when I was a kid, I had accidentally watched the scene with the Red Wedding, and it hit me until years later when I watched it for the first time with my family member in the house. I was in shock because it finally hit me that I remembered I had seen this, but I had no context though. So it wasn't exactly spoiled for me, but it was just like crazy just to know that I had already seen it, but I didn't really know who they were as character. I didn't know. So it triggered that memory for me when I watched that scene. Now it's just like, wow, I was spoiled years ago, but I had no context, so it wasn't really a spoiler for me. I don't know. But man, I'm sure that many of you guys agree the Red Wedding is their best episode by far. It's just perfection writing. I just love it when shows don't give a damn about their characters. Like, I really do not like plot armor at all. Like, Stranger Things, the final season, pissed me off for that reason. But to me, plot armor should not exist for certain shows. Like Game of Thrones, I get it. Stranger Things in the earlier seasons didn't really believe in plot armor. Come on, they killed off like a main character from season 4. They got very popular. Like, I don't know, man. And I gotta say, Game of Thrones just in the earlier seasons, they were just ruthless as hell. Like, they didn't care who died. And it's crazy because I actually read the books like years later during Game of Thrones. I think I was reading the books when season 8 was about to come out. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I probably started reading the books much later. I couldn't believe the differences. But if I read the books prior to the show, I probably, well, yeah, I probably would have called everything that was going to happen. But I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been a spoiler for me. But yeah, I gotta say, the Red Wedding is the best episode. It's incredible. I love it so much because it's unexpected, it's brutal. They kill off people that you thought were gonna be the main characters. And it's one of the few episodes they did not give a single damn, and I miss that for shows right now. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you with a brand new video very soon. Peace out.